Hey, everybody, it's Andrew, and welcome to episode 137 of the Jaguar podcast. In this episode, I will be discussing pretty much where do the Jaguars go from here after the loss against the Texans. So let's get into it. Before we start, though, as always, subscribe to the channel, show your boy some love and support. If you enjoy the video or podcast episode, give me a like, leave a comment, let me know how you feel. For subscribers, hit the little bell icon there so you get alerts for new content. All right, so Jacksonville Jaguars are, 1-4 now. Lose an embarrassing game to the Houston Texans, and Doug Marrone and Todd Wash are on the hot seat, and likely Dave Caldwell as well, the Jaguars general manager. So where do we go from here? A lot of people are saying we should tank for Trevor. I don't believe that. I don't think that's a good idea. A lot of risk in that. Going for Trevor Lawrence, he could be a bust. And then, Gardner Minshew either going back to the bench or getting traded out of Jacksonville. I don't think that they should do that. I think they need to make organizational changes at the head coach position. So I think Doug Marrone needs to be let go. And honestly, I think it needs to be done this season. It needs to be done as soon as possible. And I think Todd Wash needs to be let go as well. And either go for, on-staff replacement, maybe promote one of the assistants to defensive coordinator, or go for Wade Phillips temporarily until, we find maybe a better replacement or another replacement next season. At the head coaching position, I really think that we should replace Doug Marrone and promote Keenan McCardell, Jacksonville Jaguars wide receivers coach, to head coach, and or at least the interim head coach. I think that'd be a great experience for him. I know a lot of people say that, hey, he's just a wide receivers coach, but he has a lot of experience just from his being a player in the NFL. Played for a lot of great teams, was a great wide receiver, had a great career. I think he's done a really good job in Jacksonville with the wide receiver core, and I think he'd do a really good job at the head coaching position. I think, again, I know he hasn't usually, an offensive coordinator will move into the head coaching position, but I think at this point, why not let him just have the interim coaching spot, give him some experience, let him get some more experience, under his belt. And I think he's very well respected as a coach for Jacksonville. I don't think Jay Gruden should be moved into the interim head coaching position. We've seen his body of work. I'm sorry, Jay Gruden is not a good head coach. He did not do a good job in Washington. Tons of reports of him just not having the respect of his players. And I think he, is a decent offensive coordinator, more of a specialist. I think he needs to be in that spot. I don't think it's going to do Jacksonville any good moving him as the interim head coaching job. It's just not. I'm telling you, I live in the DMV area, Washington DMV area. He did not do a good job in Washington. He is, as a head coach, he's not respected as a head coach. So we've seen his body of work. I have, at least. I do not think that he would be a good head coach. And I don't even think it's worth putting him as an interim head coach because, like I said, what's the point, right? We've seen his body of work. He's not respected. And we have the opportunity to move Keenan McCardell into that interim head coaching spot, giving him that experience, and also having him, have the respect of the locker room. And maybe it may change the vibe in the locker room. Maybe the players will really respond well to that. We need all the help we can get right now. It's just the culture is not good in Jacksonville. Doug Marrone and Todd Wash, they have to go. The defenses play terribly. The defensive coordinator position is a little bit more of a complicated situation because I think Right now, I don't think there's much on the market. Like I said, Wade Phillips might be a good, maybe an interim solution, or maybe one of the specialist defensive coaching staff spots. But that's going to be a little bit more of a complex equation, in my opinion. So those are really kind of my thoughts on who we should at least move into the new interim coaching positions. Doug Marrone, like I said, we have to replace him. I think he did not do himself any good by bringing back Todd Wash. And I think that will ultimately lead to him being, sent out of Jacksonville. I like Doug. I think he probably could have salvaged his job or kept his job if he got rid of Todd Wash. I mean, there's still time will tell. Maybe Shad keeps him around. I don't know, but going to Shad Khan and kind of talking more about him, I think he really needs to be transparent about his vision for the team, because Jacksonville fans are really angry right now. It's a tough time. There's COVID-19. He pissed off a lot of people by taking those games out of Jacksonville and bringing them to London. Business owners are angry because they were promised, hey, the Jacksonville Stadium and the team will bring economic growth to your small businesses. So that's why you should give your taxpayer dollars to support the stadium, support the team. I guess there's this new Lot H project too that they want taxpayers to pay for. And people are angry about it because Shad Khan has not put good product out in the field. And I really feel bad for the city of Jacksonville. I don't live there right now, but I used to live there. I used to live in Orange Park, and I feel for Jacksonville. It's just tough having to deal with, a football team that has just not put out a lot of good product over the years. Obviously the 2017 season, that was awesome. Went to the AFC Championship game, but, we need to make changes. We need to start over. I think we need to clear out the front office. Dave Caldwell, he's got to go. Maybe we find a new EVP of football operations. Seems like Tony Khan's a little bit more focused on the wrestling business that he runs. So we need to kind of find someone that's focused, that's going to get this football team on track, that's going to get the culture where it needs to be. Tom Coughlin kind of did a number on this team in terms of the NFLPA fines. People don't want to play for Jacksonville. That's the bottom line. The organization is a mess right now, with the fine situation. I don't know, I'm no expert in running a football team, but I know that you have to attract top talent as a business, and Jacksonville is not doing that right now. Doesn't help that you have players like Jalen Ramsey and, Yanni Ngakoue and Leonard Fournette talking trash about Jacksonville. Maybe not as much publicly, but people talk, players talk. And the reputation of Jacksonville is not very good right now. So we have to rebuild that. Shad Khan has to figure out a vision for this football team. And right now, there is no vision, in my opinion. Shad did say last season, or after the end of last season, that he wants to win now. That's what he said. And it doesn't appear that way. It appears like we're tanking for Trevor Lawrence or we're tanking for draft picks. I don't think we surrounded Gardner Minshew with the talent that he needed, much less the coaching staff that he needed to get the job done. I do think, we did pretty decent with some of the draft picks that we got, Laviska Shenault being one of them. I have to give Dave Caldwell credit for that, but I don't think that we built a foundation around him. I don't think we got the offensive line that we needed to protect him. And I mentioned that in my draft class analysis. I really thought that we should have invested in the offensive line. We're going to be losing some of our core offensive line at the end of this season. We're going to be losing AJ Cann. We're going to be losing, we're going to be losing Cam Robinson maybe to free agency. And I think Cam is a decent offensive tackle, but he's always hurt. He's not a reliable player. And I think we could have drafted a left tackle in the 2020 draft, but we didn't. So now we got to find a rookie. If we draft somebody, we're going to have a rookie left tackle, blocking for Gardner Minshew or Trevor Lawrence. It's not a good situation because, your quarterback could get his head ripped off, right, or get hurt. There's a learning curve in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says, especially for quarterbacks. I know some rookie quarterbacks play really well and they have great seasons, but there is a learning curve. It takes usually, on average, 2 to 3 years for a quarterback to kind of get on his feet and learn how to read defense and learn the pace of the game. I feel like it takes probably about almost the same, maybe a little bit less for offensive linemen. Sometimes they have to make changes to their bodies. Sometimes they have to, get leaner or maybe bulk up, depending on, what position they're playing or what position they're moving to. But, I definitely think we should have invested more in the offensive line. We have Ben Barch, but I don't think he's played one snap. I think he's playing special teams, but who knows how he's going to turn out. We paid Andrew Norwell a lot of money. I don't know why we did that. We don't have a lot of veterans on this team either. We lost a lot of them in the purge. We lost Calais Campbell. We lost Yannick Ngakoue. We lost Jalen Ramsey, Ronnie Harrison, Leonard Fournette. There's no veterans on this football team that know how to lead the team. There's some, but there's not many that have been here for a very long time. And that's how you build up a locker room. That's how you build up a team. It's through, having veterans there that want to be there, that can provide leadership, that are your captains, and that can help rally the football team. And that's really what we need to build. But we just don't have it. We've had a lot of trouble at the quarterback position too. Nick Foles getting shipped out of Jacksonville, paying him a lot of money. The same thing with Blake Bortles. And now we have Gardner Minshew. And I think Gardner Minshew is a great player. I think he could be a great quarterback, but just the things around him. It's just a bad environment, man. And I was watching ESPN. Shannon Sharp, he said it the best. He said that Jacksonville just cannot get out of their own way. And I think that is the truth about this football team. We can't get out of our own way. We don't have the right people in the front office. We don't have the right people coaching this football team. And we need to take a hard look at that, and we need to think about who are the guys that are going to be able to lead this football team from a coaching perspective, from a front office perspective, and from a team perspective. We need to take a hard look at that. We need to take a hard look at some of the positions that we need to draft for next season or next year. It's definitely going to be offensive line. That's going to be one of them for sure. Probably another at the corner position, depending how C.J. Henderson plays. I don't, or whether we even continue to have an NFL season if coronavirus picks back up again. But, hopefully we have one, but, the jury's still out, or time will tell on that. But let me know how you feel about, the direction of this football team, where we're going, because it's definitely I definitely have some interesting thoughts on it, but I'm very curious to hear yours. So leave me a comment on this video podcast episode. Give me a like if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel, like I said. Hope you enjoy, again, the rooster behind me. It's just, I've been on travel, and obviously have to use this webcam right now because I'm not in the studio, but better content or better looking content will be on the way soon. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, Duval till we die. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time.